everybody! So I had the chance to see Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children tonight, and I have actually read the book, and I thought that the book was okay at best. The book takes forever to get going. I mean, he doesn't actually get to the home till way almost halfway through the book, and it's just really slow. But it has some creative ideas, there's some potential. So I thought, well, maybe Tim Burton can redeem himself after making horrible movie after horrible movie, and he could bring some of his flair or something, and he didn't, at least for me. I know some people like this movie. I thought this movie was horrible. It was so boring. I just felt like it was never going to end. I just couldn't believe it. The problem with this movie is that they forget the classic rule of show don't tell. And there are so many scenes with characters explaining to another character what's going to happen or what will happen or what the rules are of their little world and the magic. So at the beginning of the movie, there is this scene where Asa Butterfield's grandfather, his name is Jake in the movie, his grandfather is killed by this creature, and so that sort of starts him on this thing, this quest or whatever. We ends up going to Wales, and he is looking for this home because there's these stories his grandpa used to tell, but pretty much every single person that he meets, that Jake meets, he has to explain something to him, or he gets things explained to him, and it's just so boring. I didn't care about any of these people. I wasn't emotionally invested in their story. I didn't think that they had chemistry together, or that they were, interesting. You have Miss Peregrine, played by Eva Green, who kind of is in the movie for little stretches, but doesn't really get anything that's fun or interesting to do. Her role is to kind of explain what the loops are and to talk about these loops, because they're experiencing the same day over and over again. And the trailer makes you think you're going to get to see all of these kids a lot. You don't. Like the kid with the bees, or the girl that's really strong, or you hardly see them at all. I mean, the only one that you spend a significant time with is the blonde girl that's weightless or whatever. But she's super boring and bland, and they didn't have any chemistry at all. And yeah, and then people will come in and you're like, what? Judi Dench is in the movie for 2 lines, 3 lines, hardly at all. And they go and then going to try to find these other loops, and they're tracing these bad guys. And one scene that's fun, where they're fighting these skeletons, but then it flips back over to Samuel L. Jackson's character, who's talking more and explaining more. I'm just like, I was so bored. I haven't been this bored at a movie since Warcraft. It's one of my worst of the year. I hated it. I didn't even think it looked good. It didn't have that Tim Burton kind of whimsy to it at all, because the whole thing's set in Wales, so everything's just really cloudy and really kind of gray looking. It's just not bright, it's not colorful, it's not fun, except for that skeleton scene. That was the only time that I had any fun. There was one other cool visual effect where he gets a air bubble as his helmet underwater, which I thought that looked kind of cool. But other than that, I just had nothing. I was just like, oh, please, something happen. I'm so bored. Please. And then it would just be more explaining, more talking about people I don't care about in a world I didn't care about. And yeah, it was brutal. So I would definitely avoid it. Don't see it. It's also kind of scary. I wouldn't take kids. There's some images of characters without eyes, and there's a whole montage of characters eating eyes by the plateful, which would be pretty gruesome, I think, for a little kid. So yeah, don't go see it. Go see something else instead. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Adults. Buyer beware.